so-and-so Smart and so-and-so Final merged their grocery stores.
Well, that's most grocery stores, right? Like
So
Ralph's
they had their own
is not-
grocery stores?
There were two separate grocery stores, but Smart and Final seems like descriptions of like the kinds of decisions you're making. No.
Yes.
It's just two dudes' names.
There, and then there's Ralph's is not a possessive. The person's last name is Ralph's.
Yep.
They're Mr. Ralph's.
Mm-hmm.
If you look, there's no apostrophe in it, but you always put one in your head, I think, when you're thinking about it.
I don't, but it's because I found out about Ralph's well after the Kroger controversy, or not controversy, let me rephrase that. I grew up in a place where they had Kroger grocery stores, and when I tell you that everyone, and hi everyone, welcome to the Dreamlands. My name is Philip. I'm Long Lost Lure.
Welcome to Grocery Talk.
It's constant my many players. When I tell you that everybody says Kroger's, like a trillion.
I don't.
It is. I clearly don't mean everybody, but so many people say I'm going to Kroger's. Do you need anything from Kroger's? And it's like, motherfuckers, it's Kroger. There's no S on it. So I'm hypersensitive to it.
I'm trying to think about, like, in Maine we had Shaw's and Hannaford.
Shaw's I had in Boston, of course.
Yeah.
HEB in San Antonio.
Tell them what it stands for.
Harold E. Butts.
Butts?
Going to Butts
grocery store. Yeah.
Harold E. Butts.
Yeah.
Also Trader Joe's, no apostrophe.
I really hope.
No.
That was just a lie. That was a lie.
Oh, okay.
Also, viewers, you missed me. I really made a fool of myself, and I could have just kept this not public. But I thought that mermaids wear coconut shell bikinis, but they don't. They pretty much only wear seashell bikinis, and hula dancers wear coconut shells. And the way this is doubly proven to me is the one example I could find was Ariel wearing a coconut shell bikini. She was actually also wearing a hula grass skirt over her fishtail. So it was Ariel as a hula dancer. So like literally, like the exception fully proved the rule. Sophia just put 2 coconuts in chat. I think those are coconuts.
Yeah. Those are coconuts.
What an interesting emoji for there to be. Well, how's everyone doing tonight?
Good.
Great. I'm so happy to have you here. We may have one more person show up as well.
We won't say who, though.
It'll be a surprise.
I'll give you a hint that won't be applicable. We think they're about 5 minutes away. It's not Helen or Sierra. That's just a thing we always say on Wednesday. Speaking of Wednesday, I think we'll be back this Wednesday. I should probably have confirmed with some people before I went live tonight so that I could have officially announced that's on this guy. But here in the Dreamlands, so who, forgive me for just not having the full thing, were all 4 of you were here last week?
Yes, I was.
Yeah. Or Lauren, were you here last week?
I think so.
I think she was.
Okay.
I lose track of time.
I think everyone was here plus
Kevin.
Plus our dear friend DJ3.
Yes.
Last week in the Dreamlands, our intrepid explorers ventured finally to the Usheron Rift, to the Kingdom by the Sea, where they met 3 ladies with cordial glasses. The first was in fact their target, who was revealed to be Betty Bile-Belcher, has now phased through being sort of in the crone stage, and she's back to Maiden, aka Batty. And she goes by Beatrice, and she nearly killed Asha because she had that sort of magical vision where she could see invisible things.
Asha fine.
But Asha fine because of the 3rd cordial glass. The 2nd cordial glass was some alien lady who knew Henry Lovestone. And you guys were like, well, this is weird. Her name's Dupina. You guys chatted with her and were like, should we trust him? And she was like, absolutely not. But she clearly had some, like, she was like cousins of someone who, his ex-wife Ulaloom. And apparently there's bad blood between him and Ulaloom's family. So, be aware of that. What?
It's an, oh yes, there is.
Yeah, oh boy. Then the third cordial class was Sherlock Holmes in disguise, but the Sherlock Holmes of this universe was the most tolerable Sherlock we have found thus far. Because 1, he was maybe like 5% less pompous. 2, he was really into disguises, so it kind of gave him a little more like a angle.
It's a little more of a goof.
And 3, he did go rescue Asha. But in doing so, he made the mistake of describing his gentlemanly requirements. What was
His needs. He said
his gentlemanly needs. He made the mistake of describing that he had a gentlemanly need to save to help a lady in distress rather than chase after the villain. So that's why he was explaining Beatrice got away. Asha started using the word servicing. And from there, Sherlock was really on his back foot about this.
It is certainly an Asha thing to be literally on death's door and needling someone her savior.
I'm not servicing your gentlemanly needs. So in any case, poor Sherlock, or actually, I mean, mainly poor Asha, because she was the one who fell down a thing and she cartooned into a thing and fell down and passed out. In the meantime, however, in addition to the 3 ladies with their glasses, you also did meet Dracula, who gave you a I would say that his vibe with you was kind of like I don't even want to say congenial, but he sort of basically laid stuff out and said, listen, I'm trying to move my power. I'm in a thing against Maisie right now. He even claimed he was in her world, and as a big deal to DJ3, revealed that Medina is there. Whether or not you guys can believe the Prince of Darkness, up to you, but he claimed she was there, and that sort of tracked to what DJ3 had sort of known up to this point. And he also said, if you team up with me, I'll save her. But if you try to mess with what I'm up to in CC7722, I want. He basically said, tell me what you're doing before you do it. You don't want me on your bad side. We could be neutrals or friends, but you don't want me as an enemy. That was basically his thing. So, with that information found, learning that Betty Bile-Belcher was now Beatrice, the sort of whatever the hell she had, the Beatrice Agency, that was a thing she had there. Asha also did, upon coming back to life, or upon being rescued, and also Sherlock woke her up with smelling salts, which is rough on an Ewok because their smell is so potent, their sense of smell is so strong. She did grab various pieces of evidence about Betty Bile-Belcher, and we kind of already revealed this in our options for the week, which it wound up losing by 2. The thing that the Poison Shadow, I originally called it, which hilariously had the exact same initials as the Perfidia shot, which is by accident. So we changed it in the Glow of Poison Shadow, but it seems there are clues about Beatrice sort of having some communications with a realm called Fessiting in the Wishworld cluster. So, with all that in mind, you guys returned to the Dreamlands, once again, someone pulling out a page before Asha did something she wanted to do, in this case, drink some ale. And, or I guess Asha wasn't the one who really got screwed over. It was previously DJ3 trying to eat more poutine in Montreal. The point is, someone always pulls the page too early. We now find our heroes. Everyone, go ahead and please bring yourselves back up to full power.
You have to roll luck too, right?
And then also roll luck. Yes.
How many dice?
4d8.
Can we all just have 1 extra in the absence of DJ3?
Absolutely not.
His privilege doesn't work that way, Pierce. No. You don't get to share privilege. I got 2 4s and 2 8s, and that's gonna get me just what, 4?
Yeah, you'll have 4 for the week, correct?
So no matches is 3, right?
The matches is 3.
Can I give one of my matches since I can't use both?
I'd allow that.
Okay, I'm not gonna do it, but I was just asking. I'm just kidding.
Baller.
No, yeah, I'll give one to Lauren.
Okay.
Thanks.
Pair of 6s, so 4.
4. Ka?
Luck. Okay.
I'm the odd one out. I'm the unlucky one. This is such a.
Well, Lauren was also unlucky. It's more that you're the unlucky one who the system didn't bend down to help.
That's
you've been
that's
left
the
behind.
orcish. That's the orcish immigrant life. I'll say.
It really is.
We have to be amongst our own people to get the services we need.
I believe in Gestoria. So, with that in
I
mind,
don't. That's why I work for the mob.
I believe in America. Before we begin, I'm mildly vamping in case this person shows up. Our not mystery guest, whatever. But in case our fifth player shows up. One last comment. I've said this to two people. I've texted two people about this independently on this thing. Is anyone on here or in chat familiar with the song "What's So Funny About Peace, Love, and Understanding" by Elvis Costello?
Oh.
Okay.
Merle.
So, okay. 'Cause
That's
there's a
not
section
Elvis
of this
of-
song, and when I tell you guys, it's like there's been a problem in my head, which is that is anybody here familiar with the song "America, This Is You," also more popularly known as the theme song to America's Funniest Home Videos?
Yes.
Okay.
Also known as the national anthem.
For the red, white, and blue, the funny things you do, America, America, this is you.
This is you.
There's a section of that song and a section of "What's So Funny About Peace, Love, and Understanding" that sound so similar to me, and now it's all I can hear when I hear the "What's So Funny About Peace, Love, and Understanding." And I just was wondering, and I've Googled, and no one else on the internet thinks this, and I'm just wondering.
Sing the part real quick.
Okay. It's the part I just said. It's like, for the red, white, and blue, the funny
No,
things
the part,
you do.
the other song.
Because
This is quality entertainment, people.
Thrilling.
I gotta get to the. Hold on. That song. I gotta get to the part of it. Hold on.
Don't do it. You'll get
I
demonetized.
guess it's not really haunting your
Oh,
brain or
it's
anything like that.
that part goes. No, it is. No. Here's the problem. When I hear "What's So Funny About Peace, Love, and Understanding" in this section, I keep singing for the red, white, and blue, the funny things you do. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? The lyrics there are in that same section is, and each time I feel like this inside, there's one thing I wanna know.
I hear it.
I'm not. I mean, just from you saying that, I'm not hearing it.
You wouldn't,
But
it's fine.
yeah.
Sounds like it's time, Philip, for you to make your first ever TikTok and demonstrate this.
Is that a sound on TikTok, Lauren? She's gone.
That is, I mean, it's a thing. There's a whole brand of that TikTok, which is like showing, like overlaying things to show their similarity.
Well,
I'm more of a fan of when they take songs and turn them into other genres in attempts to ruin them for people who like them. But I find them excellent.
I'm a mashup enthusiast. I just like when songs are mashed up with Space Jam. Now that is classic.
There is a guy who is a DJ that does like ones where he's just like, it's a wedding, but the bride and groom are both into X, and then he mixes like
Oh, I've seen him. Yeah.
stuff into like Star Wars anthems into traditional wedding dances and stuff like that, and it's great every time.
by the way, guys, there's a good one in chat. There's a good song in chat, which is
That's pretty good.
Hit the table.
I like
good.
that.
Hit the table.
Pretty good.
Yep. Nothing wrong with my rules. America, red, white, and blue. Funny things you do. That's the Bob Saget days of that shit. Then it was Daisy Fuentes and somebody, and then it was many people after that. Bergeron. Alfonso Ribeiro.
That's just still running.
According to my job, yes, it's still running.
According to my job.
It feels like that people can't be submitting stuff anymore, right? Like they must just be like looking at social media now.
I bet people still submit. I think there's more broadcast TV people out there. There's more like people who still just like base it on broadcast networks, base their life around that, who still, despite this, are still willing to film something and send it to a thing.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think that's
That would
still...
warm my heart.
There's probably more reels.
Thank you, Tabletop Hazards.
All
There's
right.
probably more reels of video, so to speak, being created now than in the olden days because everyone has a camera now.
Indeed. So I bet there still is a percentage of people who'd send in videos of their children getting injured, but not seriously, because that's a big part
Right.
of it.
Yeah.
So. Haha! I am rewarded!
Oh, you were stalling all this time.
I said I was stalling! Did I not say I was stalling? I thought I said I was stalling.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
No, I just.
While I'm role playing Dominic, he doesn't listen. He doesn't pay attention.
That's fair. But in any case, yeah, I guess we'll sort of lightly get into the game here, now that we're done talking about Elvis Costello and America's Funniest Home Videos. So we'll some time has passed. Asha. Let's actually start on Asha. Asha, this is just like a check-in. Like, how do you think Asha is doing after that encounter?
I mean, did she get to rest? How many days has it been?
It has been a day.
It's been a day.
It's like you got home, you rested.
So like she has like full power and everything, no conditions, but you know that shit still happens.
So in
obviously.
the way I would describe having your power go to zero is that you have no lasting physical effect. You were at the point where like if one more thing had happened, you would have been like hurt and you'd need like days to recover kind of vibe. So you were at the edge of that. I mean, you were knocked unconscious, but like you don't have a.
So is it like, to put it into KJ terms,
Please.
is it like she had to do like 10 errands in one day, and now this is the day after, and she just needs to like?
I think it's that, you know what it is? I think you were in a car accident. You didn't have a concussion, but you were momentarily knocked out. You have your body is fine, but you were in like a minor car accident where you blacked out for a second. But you don't have.
And I guess she's probably fine, but
cool. I mean, she's
getting
been
distracted
living
easily.
She's not
Earlier
going to
than
be
normal.
twerking on the bar tonight.
Maybe.
Oh, just on the floor because
Yes,
she can't
it's-
fall
yeah.
as far.
Only Turk on the ground. Yeah. Only
Yeah.
twerk on the.
Ooh boy.
In any case, so yes, hello Nova. It is wonderful to see you. Brief recap of what's been going on. They brought Friederike back to life. So she's around, but she was still recovering, but she may be back. They've gone on various adventures to places. Nova has actually been around for kind of for some of this stuff, especially the Friederike coming back to life. But the big news for Nova,
big deal.
But the big news for Nova is that DJ3 returned from a mission in which he spoke to Count Dracula, and has informed you that Count Dracula claims that your former classmate Medina Lake is alive and in the Dreadlands.
Whoa.
So, and also on that mission, Asha, for the first time for anyone in this game, Asha got knocked unconscious by a bad guy because she went off sneaking alone. But Sherlock Holmes saved her in a real twist.
Naughty
of some understanding.
Asha.
Now we told her to go.
Oh no,
sneaking on her own.
it was not her
Asha
idea.
following rules.
They
Asha
sent
following
Asha off
instructions.
alone. It was a real, yeah.
Asha, perfect Ewok for the job.
Asha Super Spy.
Based on what
make
she
her
said, she didn't
invisible.
make a mistake. Just the enemy literally could see invisible things, and who would see that coming?
Oh.
Well, the witch, of course, but none of us could see that coming.
So, in any case, yeah, the witch could literally see it coming. I'm gonna say that it is another day. Henry is back. He has been consulting with the information Asha. He has told you where he thinks that witch has now gone. Although he sort of has indicated, and based on stuff you've said, he says, perhaps while we're, you're going to be undertaking a different mission today, but you do have a lead on that witch who we think is connected to stuff and why she put the curse and all that stuff. Henry has some theories, but he may be sending you to a place called Fessiting. But for now, Henry will gather this group. Although, while that is happening, I will say that you guys do see Wednesday is guiding Friederike. who is back. She is stitched together. She looks pretty much how you saw her the last time, except the sort of one of the key stitches putting parts of her face together is now very sort of vibrant green, sort of like forest moss sort of thread that was used. Because Skoo thought that was fine, and Skoo and Philly had a big argument. So while DJ3 is just kind of like, DJ3 is maybe talking to Callie and drinking in the bar because he feels really guilty about Medina or something, and while Treason is still plotting how to murder Sherlock Holmes.
So, I want to talk with Henry a little bit.
Sure.
And say, so Henry, can I call you by your first name, Henry?
Yes, yes, Dominic.
All right.
Wait, Dominic, do you wish I were calling you by your last name?
I don't even know what my last name is.
Yes, you can call me Henry, Dominic.
Anyway.
Yes,
Anyway.
fine.
So, I just had a thought. Fillion can cast his spells. Corinna can cast her spells while she's at the mission. I literally have no weapons on my mission. Do you have an armory around for guns or anything? Because I figure it'd be helpful if I could cast, gun at someone.
You mean you cast gun? You're speaking poetically. Yes, we can get you a firearm. No trouble.
All right.
Why would you do that? Guns are bad.
That's true. Would you rather have like a blackjack or a sort of brass knuckle, something more?
Nah. If I want someone dead, I want a gun.
Justorian military agent
You-
and the Justorian military intelligence agent comes over and he says, "Can you please give Dominic? Let me see your firearm." And
Doesn't he need like a permit or something?
Justorian military intelligence agent says, "That's a great point, actually. Especially suspicious characters like this guy. It's important to see their permits for their weapons, because all Justorians have the right to bear arms, but not all of them should."
I'll just pull out my mob papers or something like that. The obviously forged papers that show I am very much legally and within the rights.
Well, these look like they're in order to me. Here's your gun, son.
See? All right. Excellent. Fantastic.
Yeah, Henry's
Now
like,
I
"Oh,
have
let
a
me
gun."
just and he does some
Have
magic
a
to
gun,
basically
pistol or?
it's like I guess it would probably be more of a revolver. He's giving you his his whatever, so it's
All right. Excellent.
yeah, just it's a very easy to hide kind of weapon.
Cool.
But so Henry says yes, and so hello, Frederica. It's nice to sort of see you up and about. And Frederica will kind of come over to you and say, "I want to say I'm sorry for if I was in a bad state after you. I was very disoriented. Thank you so much for restoring me to life.
Who's she talking to?
All of you.
Oh.
Asha, Asha and Corinna, I know you were very instrumental in this. It's been explained, and Wednesday will say, yes, miss, I'll explain how they did this, miss. So, yes, so I just wanted to issue my appreciation, and I just do want to give a warning, however, that I am very worried about this knowledge still being around.
What knowledge?
The knowledge of how to create the stitched.
Oh, we won't tell, right? Everyone?
Asha can't tell. Asha already forgot.
I don't know how to make a stitch.
But the fact that it was out there.
Well, to be fair, it was just an approximation. It was a guess.
You want us to go kill Igor?
You
Is that
what?
what you're asking?
We can destroy the paperwork.
And Igor.
I think I might like that you destroy the paperwork. Igor.
Asha will just start ripping the pages out and eating it.
Igor was.
Is that a
Just
good thing?
burn it.
I'm surprised that Igor had these papers.
Huh. Should we keep that for evidence?
I suppose I shouldn't be. Igor was very kind to me. I always felt that the professor would have sort of been nothing without him. Igor really sort of kept the place in order.
Wait a minute. possibility that the Dreadlord escaped is Igor?
No, Sherlock said no.
And then Dominic just
Sherlock
put that
is
out of his mind.
Sherlock is you do the turnaround. Sherlock is listening to this from the side and kind of has a smug look on his face as you're saying this, Dominic.
I don't notice 'cause I don't pay attention to Sherlock. I go,
Sure.
nah, can't be. He doesn't look like a Dreadlord. He inspires no dread whatsoever.
Hmm.
All right.
None of us have asked you, I don't think, but just due diligence. You're not the Dreadlord, Frederica, right?
No.
Because then we have to undo you.
No, I'm not. And Henry says, "Yes, my dear. Don't worry about that. Filion, we do need to maybe sometime have a conversation about the things you say."
What?
Okay.
What problem?
Just tact.
Also, at this point, she's kind of staring and saying, "What a little man." Yes, Frederica. Well, we're glad you're all right, and but we can return you home when you're ready. She says, "I'm not in a hurry. If you think I'm safe from Orlando here, I might rather be here for a while."
You're
Of
not.
course, yes, of course.
She's not safe at home.
Sure. Yes. Then yes, you can stay. as long
Where'd
as
she
you
get
like.
murdered in first place?
Frederica looks kind of nervous at that thought, and so she'll kind of be sort of moved to continue her convalescence.
She can stay here.
Yeah, Henry says, exactly. Stay as long as you need. Hopefully we'll be able to apprehend Orlando, and then things will be safe for many different planes. So, speaking of which, unfortunately, I don't believe this is someplace we're going to find out much about Orlando, but there is a sort of, though we have information about Beatrice Biobelcher, thanks to Arsha's heroic and thoughtful collection of information, we're going to be sending you on a different mission today. This is to an interesting plane, an interesting multiverse rather. It is called Burlawake. This is a multiversal cluster that features two material planes that are, as far as we can tell, sort of a binary system, like binary stars in your accounting of things, Archer. It's sort of two planes that sort of appeared together, linked within the same cosmology, but neither one sort of created the other. Burladon and Morenawake. You're going to Burladon. There is a shop in Burladon. It is called the Provinia Shop. A while back, not so very long ago, there was a rather unique feature of this shop. They sell miniatures, little sort of.
Filion.
What's that?
Like Filion.
Yes, like Filion, but they don't have the articulation. And they're sort of painted farm. He kind of creates a minor illusion, and what you guys see is like a basic D&D mini.
So they're not alive.
Well, they're not, although in Provinia they were. Provinia was a sort of combination miniature shop and gaming experience in which people could sort of put their consciousness temporarily into the little miniature and go into a world made of miniatures, and it was this sort of complex magical game that sort of people played. But as it turned out, and I actually am familiar with some mages who sort of would go there, it's an interesting version of a sort of constructed universe in that people could go into this game and attempt sort of the rules of magic largely still worked there as they did outside of it. So you could go and you could test some of your spells in a sort of more controlled environment, you understand?
So people just, when they're played all day in a fantasy world?
Effectively, yes.
Wow, it must be very peaceful over there. They don't have to worry about any wars, I guess.
Well, Burladon was peaceful, but there were some more powerful entities who would sort of use this game. I'm glossing over sort of, one would think like 125 chapters worth of very complex stories. But the point is I'm sort of glossing over some of the big pictures. Powerful mages realized that they could sort of achieve new levels of consciousness. One from Morenawake tried to do so there, and was thwarted by miniatures from within the game who achieved sapience and fought him off.
Like Filian.
Sort of like Filian, but
Oh.
actually one of them was rude in a different way than Filian. He was more sort of religiously superior, but would have a similar effect at times. The point being, that miniature world was removed from the Pravinia's shop, hidden away so those entities within it could sort of have their own world, not have it interfered with. Their friends could still go to it. It's sort of a known separate thing. But the storefront itself has been sort of purchased by a new owner who is using it to sell some antique dolls of a style with which I think we are becoming increasingly familiar. And he sort of
Are
gestures.
they the
at
same size?
No, these are larger dolls. These are dolls more of this, and he kind of gestures to Nova. Are you holding Agnes right now?
Yeah.
Sort of gesture to that, and like Maisie is probably just like creepily, just like sitting in a bush nearby, like sort of gesture to yeah.
Maisie, my
How-
best friend.
How does she get there? Did you put her there, Nova?
I can listen for her.
She should not
That's my
come with
best
us.
friend.
No. You know, and
What?
your best friend should stay here in the Dreamlands.
Well,
And
Maisie
them
Maisie
actually
cannot
even-
go with you, but Agnes can.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
It is up to Nova. Nova, if you'd like to bring Agnes, you certainly should. Agnes is akin
She
to the
goes.
dolls
She
there.
goes everywhere with me.
Precisely. So the point of all of this
Oh,
is to
it's
say,
a sheep, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little,
Yeah.
little lamb. Who that lamb did some creepy stuff in the original Trow House game. Let me tell you. So the point.
It's great.
is,
What are you talking about?
Such a good deal, though.
So it was amazingly cheap. What American family wouldn't move their cheap? So the point being, Henry will sort of say, you're to go to the Pravinia shop. You are to sort of determine the nature of whatever individual is now running it. Any information on sort of what their plans are. We are, we should not always assume. I think there is a high likelihood that this is connected to Maisie, the multiversal entity, not a character version. But keep your minds open. Perhaps something else is going on. But I do sense the multiverse in that shop. I sense some outside influence there.
Can we all have money? Because we have encountered several situations in which some of us have not had money and had to depend on others for it.
Okay, I mean, so this is the money I have from you. You'd rather each take some rather than it all go to one of you?
Asha paid
yes.
everyone's bill.
Did
Yeah,
Asha not? Was their bill unpaid, Corinna?
No.
Oh no, DJ3 made some promises with money, so he can
Well,
he's not here, but
DJ3's not going. I will also tell you, and because he's not going,
she's equally distributing the money to everyone.
I'll also just mention
Oh,
because
I cannot hold it.
Oh, well, I will hold yours.
to Filian, who can't hold it. Okay, just gotta have that detail in there. Henry will say, also just because DJ3 is not going, you do have a mission, please stick at it. Not far from the Pervinia shop, there actually is a rather charming little sort of gaming room casino, which you're welcome to just go into and enjoy if you wanted to, but just since DJ3's not there, I know none of you are going to sort of literally bet the farm or something, but just don't tell him that it's there if you guys go. Right.
Asha gotta tell him.
Well, okay. Well, in any case, so I think you have your marching orders. Good luck. Oh, Nova, by the way, could you roll 4d8 so we get your luck score for the day?
Oh yeah.
We did that earlier with the rest.
Wait, sorry. Are we?
Oh no.
I was even taking notes. We have to
Uh-oh.
figure out what's going on with the guy who purchased the shop to
Yeah.
sell antique dolls.
You're investigating if this is like a Maisie, if this is like some Maisie person or Maisie herself is doing this, trying to report back. if that's the case and you're able to stop it, you can. But it's more just it's more investigate a weird thing.
Okay.
2 5.
2 5s, Nova. You have 4 luck for the day. And Dominic is more and more alone. So, if you guys are ready to head out on your little mission, you can dream walk on. Now I'm thinking of Aerosmith. And as you go through, we will say that you do make it without much difficulty to the plain of Burladon. You find yourselves in a city as you sort of step out. It's many of the places you've gone to actually have this vibe, which tells you something about Philip. But this is it's not Victorian. It's a little more like Edwardian, a little earlier, a little more sort of Edwardian's before, right? Or is it after?
I've never heard.
Yeah. Wait, is it
Edwardian?
All England.
When's
I think I mean Georgian or Regency.
Where is
If you say
1800?
Georgian, you have to clarify which
Like,
Georgia are we talking about.
No, the Georgian era of England.
That's 3 Georgian eras then. Because there's either Georgian era, there's Georgian from
Or the
Caucasus,
modern Georgian
and
era we're
Georgia
living
from
through
America.
of production.
There's like it's like 1700s to like 1800s, which could also.
Oh,
Because,
Georgian era is
like-
all the 70s. Yeah, Georgian era is really long. We'll
It
go
is
with
very
Regency
long.
era. Jesus.
Okay.
Gotta think of a better thing. The point is, it's kind of like it's not medieval. It's a little more advanced than that, but not quite to sort of
Yeah.
like Victorian.
So that would be the like 1800s, like early 1800s,
Yeah.
like 1816.
Yeah, perfect. Jane Austeny. Is that
Great.
Bridgertown? Is this when Bridgertown is?
Bridgerton.
That's
Yeah.
Regency, yeah.
Yes.
So,
The pond.
the top. As you guys make a as you guys reach this place, the sort of the vibe of it is a bit it's fancy, but there you do see many different kinds of sort of species. There's orcs, elves, dwarves. Corinna and Asha warrant to look, but no one's minds are blown to see a purple lady or a bear. Nova, probably your clothes look a little odd, same to Dominic, but both of you fit in fine. Anyone who notices that Filian is a talking thing assumes it's some little magical curio, especially given his dress. Oh, look at that, a talking wizard toy. But as you sort of make your way here, you notice that you're kind of like whatever apartment you guys walk out of, you're on sort of a pretty pleasant sort of like urban street, kind of winding cobblestone sort of road. Many shops, bakeries, cafes, and things like this. But there is a shop sort of on an end with a very sort of pleasant energy, and it says the Provinia shop on a sign. So you've sort of come rather close to where you're trying to get.
Is it shop spelled with 4 letters, or is it with the extra PE at the
Just
end?
4 letters.
Extra
Not,
peepee.
not ye old shoppy. Yeah. Extra
Oh,
pieces,
well.
Sasha.
That was easy.
Hmm.
Nova, would
Whoops,
you
too
enter
easy.
first, since you have an affinity for these dolls.
This is my favorite place we've been.
Don't get attached. They'll rip the page too early.
Okay. So yeah, you guys can head on. Does anyone here have a 4 or higher in look?
Nah,
I
Asha.
do. As do I.
And of course, okay. So many of you guys do
I think
notice.
I do.
For the most part, the sort of street is fairly busy. Whatever. There is one person sitting at a little like outdoor table at some kind of like cafe bistro type thing. She is a young woman with blonde hair, maybe early 20s. And she, to Asha, and kind of as Asha and Filian and Dominic look around, you guys all notice that like while other people are just kind of around, she is, though she's like reading from a magazine, she is looking up at the Provinia shop with great frequency.
I've seen someone on a stakeout before.
Oh, what do we do?
I'm going
We
to
go-
say, I'll see what's up with her in a subtle way. So
All right.
Can
so
I-
as Nova is like, I'm imagining that Nova is like a cartoon like person who's like smelled a pie and is like floating towards this door, kind
Yeah.
of hovering
Yeah.
towards it. But Dominic will kind of make his way over to this woman looking at the store.
is she across the road, across
Yeah,
the street?
she's like across the street, kind of like
On a
one
bench or
down,
something
her
like
eyes are out,
that?
and she's sort of looking at it, kind of keeping an eye on it.
So I want to introduce myself in such a way where, like what? Because in Dominic's mind, he thinks they're on a stakeout or something like that. She's on a stakeout or something like that, keeping an eye on some crime or something like that. But I don't want to make it obvious that that's what I think she's doing.
Sure.
So
So do you want to roll to if you'd like, I will let you like roll to say something moderately effective at that if you can't think of an angle yourself.
like, is there a can I just sit down on the bench on the other side of the bench with her, or is she like taking up the whole bench or something?
She's at like a
that?
table at like a
Oh, a
cafe,
table? Ah, I see.
like an outdoor thing. Yeah.
All right, let's roll for me to think of some way to introduce myself.
I guess give me a charm persuade.
Charm persuade. Okay, which one? Which one's my charm?
It's
persuade?
under your
Oh,
will.
there we are.
I think even though this is deceptive, I think it's more that than you lying, sadly. Which I know is a better game for you.
No matches, so should I use power to do that, or should I? Nah, it'll be funnier if I just say no power. So I'm sort of, so no matches. I'm just sort of walked up to her, trying to think of something really clever and I'm just sitting there for like a minute thinking of what to
But
say.
now you're just like standing at her table.
And I go, whatever. I saw you looking at the thing. Is there something interesting? Are they doing crimes over there? I want in.
Compliment her on her disguise.
She kind of looks up at you after everything you just said and said, "Are they doing crimes over there?"
Are you? Yeah. Are you on a stakeout?
I
Because
mean,
I've seen this sort of song and dance before.
I certainly think something's up, but I'm not. I mean, they know I'm here. I come here every day. Just keeping. I
Oh.
used to work there.
So Dominic is looking in various places and he looks at the proverbial camera and goes, it's just a. Okay, you used to work there, huh? It's like, why? You used to work there. They fire you or something?
Well, I mean, not as such. I suppose I could have stayed on, but sort of store was shutting down when we were changing some things, and then someone else bought the place and the name to it, and now they're selling dolls, and I don't like them. There's something weird going on.
Some. You know, there's this one shop I used to love going to over in Gestoria. They sell the greatest pasta. And you know what? It was bought out by a fucking chain. Fucking homemade pasta that was just replaced. And Dominic starts going on and on.
Yeah, sure.
Corinna will just like kind of gently push him while he's
Sure.
ranting, not to interrupt, just to like get him away. You were saying that there's something strange happening with the dolls. What?
I mean, just there. I don't know why they're trying to sell them. I don't know who's going in there and buying them, but it's weird.
Is there something unique about them?
Well, I don't know. I haven't gone in, but I don't know. I'm just here. I'm just keeping a watch on it because there's certain. I don't know. It makes me nervous. That's all. And I got time on my hands, and my boyfriend's out of town, so I'm sort of,
All right.
He'll be back soon. I'm not. Like I do. I mean, he's real. I mean.
He certainly doesn't go to another state or
Well, no, he legitimately is from like somewhere else, but I'm just saying he's not. It's like he's very busy and he's very sort of cool and glamorous, so it's fine.
Okay.
Well, and you haven't. You're just not sure about these dolls. You haven't seen anything.
And are you here? Are you? Did you come here to buy one?
Now with the money I have left.
Ding,
Oh,
ding.
that's a lit. Hello there, she says to Asha. I never.
This is Asha.
I'm not. I don't know. I'm familiar with your species.
Asha
Or-
Elf.
Oh, you're. Oh, I'm not really. She kind of looks at Corinne and says,
Your
"Oh, are you familiar
sisters.
with-"
We're sisters.
Oh. Well, I suppose in the Feywild anything goes.
Indeed. Well,
Oh, and you got a little friend there. Huh.
Oh,
He
I'm sure
reminds
that-
me of some. That's funny.
What does it remind you of?
Just
Well, we used to sell miniatures there before. Now they're selling dolls, but. Sort of
oh
reminds me.
right.
But they weren't.
Oh no!
Alive.
Oh, wow, he talks. That's impressive. Is it when
Elf-
you charm it, or is it a?
No,
Mm,
I'm alive.
Oh. Oh. Were
Let's
you in
just
a? Were
say-
you in like a sort of constructed reality game too?
It feels like that
Oh.
at times.
Oh. I'm
But I'm more of a maker of my own reality.
sure. That's what they all say. Were you What do you know the one what you worked at? What you came out of? Are they hiring? Do you know? I got a lot of experience.
I believe where I'm from is called Brick World.
She.
It's hard to get to.
Oh, naturally, multiverse and all that. But my boyfriend, he can actually get me anywhere.
You should work for what company with game that needs Wi-Fi?
Oh, her.
Premium swordfish.
Yeah, you should work there.
I heard they were about to be bought out by some big conglomerate or something like that.
Oh, seems like it's always the way. Well, in any case,
Yeah, I finished talking about the.
yeah. I like the idea that Dominic's just been talking pasta that whole time. She'll kind of look at Nova and see the doll in Nova's hand and say, "Have pardon me, miss. Did you already buy that from inside?"
I brought it.
Oh,
Not from here.
right.
Oh, you must be
Well,
the latest victim of this company. What is this company?
Well, now they're going by Pravinia. But if you got yourself if you like dolls like that, I suppose maybe I don't know if you're an expert on it, please let me know what they're like once you go in.
Okay.
Okay.
Doll expert, I don't. She'll just kind of. This weird group of people have kind of come and talked to her, so she's sort of like, all right, well,
This is the most extroverted she's ever been.
kind of.
All right, let's just go and break this place down, or walk into this place, see what's up.
Sure. All right, yeah. If you guys head in, it's kind of old-fashioned shop. If you sort of
Does it have a
open,
little jingling of the bell?
a bell does jingle as you enter. You hear some voices kind of around a thing, and it's just dolls, antique dolls. I guess from this time period, more like contemporary dolls, but to your sort of look, they all look kind of old and stuff. Even though they're in very good condition. Although some of them do look used, so it's not only like pristine brand new dolls. They also aren't in boxes or anything. They're all just sitting there.
What are they made out of?
These dolls are largely going to be made of like porcelain
Okay.
with like soft bodies, but then like hard hands, that kind.
Mhm.
That deeply
Very
upsetting
like
kind.
very like
The
American
one
doll.
where every single horror game has one room full of these things.
That's the kind. What
Oh,
Ka
yeah.
said. They also, though, there are a good number of them. They do represent other species as well, so they're not only like human. There's some clearly elvish dolls, some dwarvish dolls, some orcish dolls, kobold dolls, dragon-faced dolls.
Huh.
A very kind of like large selection of species and creatures, and also just some kind of animals and things. You notice there is a
Is there like a
horned...
teddy bear section?
Make a luck roll.
2 3s.
Yes, there's a bear section. If Asha kind of goes and looks at the bear section, that's real cute. Anyway, as this is happening, a sort of a figure with kind of these like long, some of you are familiar with sort of tieflings or fiendkin, but this kind of like almost like demon like guy with a demon looking, a kid of the same species, a little girl in a dress. He's kind of like walking her through and saying, "You can only pick one." And she's like, "But I want 2 of these." And he's like, "Well, we're getting you 1 doll today." She's like, "But I think 2 would be more fun because those 2 should be friends, you know, etc., etc." And he seems very put out by this. But then you hear this voice from behind saying, "No, that's if there's 2 that she really, really likes, I'm sure we can, you know, perhaps we can do a deal for a buy one get one free or something if she really likes them." The guy says, "That seems like too good a deal." He's, "Oh, don't worry, we just want to bring some joy into people's lives." "Oh, hello." And this man sort of appears. He looks like he's about probably like 40s, early 50s. He's a half elf or maybe an elf with sort of much shorter ears than some of the elves you guys have encountered. He's very well dressed in that sort of, you know, Regency era kind of, you know, vibe. And clearly is like running this place, but doesn't seem like a typical sort of shopkeeper to you at all. "Oh, hello, welcome to the Provinia shop.
Hello.
What can I do for you? Oh, wait a minute." And he kind of goes over to Nova and says, I don't believe you've brought this in. That wasn't on our shelves."
Yeah, this is my friend.
What's her name?
Well, you know, she has many names.
Oh,
I think she's kind of shy to tell you.
no problem. Wouldn't want to cause any trouble. He kind of looks at Asha looking through and says, "Oh, hello.
Hello.
See anything you like there?"
I mean, a couple of these are handsome.
"Oh, sure, they'll be very glad to hear it."
Dominic's
That's a lot to unpack.
Dominic's gonna lean into Asha and say, "How's this shopkeeper do? Can you charm this one?"
Asha. Asha understand. Okay.
Shopkeeper, bartender, same thing.
Yeah. Asha's gonna adjust her cowl a little bit.
I love the idea that like an Ewok, like one Ewok could be like, "Hold on, Asha, go hit on this guy," and she adjusts her cowl, and another Ewok would be like, "Slut." Like you're showing
you're
that
like-
you're showing that bit of fur right there. Oh my god.
So I guess. Are you owner?
Oh, well, yes, as a matter of fact, I am.
You come here often?
Pretty much every day, in fact, yes.
Asha head hurt.
Sorry. Do you want to sit down?
You have drinks?
No, in a doll shop, I suppose we can get. There's a cafe right across the street. If you.
You don't keep drinks here?
No, we typically don't provide the children who come shopping for dolls with
Not for children.
Right.
Doesn't work.
Are you your head hurts, you said?
Yeah, Asha lose fight.
Oh, very sorry to hear it. I'm assuming you are Asha?
Asha.
Yes. Ah, wonderful. Well, I'm sure you'll win the next one.
You like dolls?
Um, I do, and I like the joy they bring to people who buy them.
Which one your favorite?
Oh, well, I try not to have favorites, but they're all my favorite. I wouldn't want anyone to get jealous.
Can Dominic read him and see if he has some sort of vibe or ulterior motive or something?
Go ahead and give me a detect vibe read person on this fellow.
Pair of 6s. Hey, mystery.
Hey, mystery that's right up the alley here. I will say that this guy is. You don't get a menacing vibe from him, but he's definitely like he's wary of Asha. He's deeply confused by everything Asha's saying, but he has an amount of wariness that indicates he's probably up to some other stuff, you know? Like, he's talking to Asha and trying to be friendly, but it's not in a way of like, what is wrong with you? It's in a way of like, well, this is the most interesting way to like sneak into my place I've ever seen. You know, he's guarded. Yes.
I see.
While this is going on, since I'm so tiny, can I just start like walking or like to behind his counter to start kind of like looking around back there to see if there's anything interesting hidden away?
I think you could certainly do that, Filian. Go ahead, and I'm not even gonna have you roll a sneak because my god. So, I think go ahead and just do a look roll as you sort of creep around back.
He'll just be limited by what he can open because, you know, he's like 1 ounce in weight.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to open any books or anything unless you telekinesis spell them the cover open.
Triple meta narrative.
Triple meta narrative. I once meta narrative. Yeah, I do what I can. With a triple meta narrative. Oh, then for meta narrative, it is 100% the following, Filian. You walk back there. Behind the thing, though there seem to be some dolls who are like legitimately like in the process of being repaired. There's like wrapping materials, stuff like that. You see there is some kind of, you know, pretty standard kind of old-fashioned like money box and stuff like that. Nothing back there seems weird. The only thing that seems weird is that there is a door towards the back with like the Provinia shop sign on it that has like your bionicle eye is telling it's just like zooming in on. There's so many locks and some of them are magical. So the meta thing is you're like, it's whatever's behind this door is what's special.
Sure.
You ever take giant bear to sleep?
Oh, no, I don't.
You want to?
Dominic is like chuckling in the back, somewhere behind there, trying to keep cool.
I will say that anyone who has like a read person detect vibe of, I don't know, even like 4 or higher, you instantly understand that though he's been guarded and confused, he didn't quite realize that's what's going on, and now that is what like was on the thing, he's like, I'm all set, but definitely he's now like distancing himself from Asha while still trying to stay polite and like, you know, just literally looking for any other person. He looks over at those tieflings. The daughter's still arguing about 2 dolls. He's like turning to Corinna and saying, yes, is there anything I can help you find? Are you to Corinna? Was there a doll you were looking for, or
You know what? I have an affinity for dolls that have unique character, obviously.
Well, you've come to the right place, of course.
I was wondering if you have any dolls with red hair.
Of course. Is that what you're all looking for?
I give a pat on Asha's shoulder. You can't win them all, Asha.
Asha looking for a good time.
Asha is a good time. Well, no, sorry. I'm not speaking from experience.
He'll say, "Yes, we can. I can help you in just a moment. Let me. You and your group. This is what you're here for." He kind of says to you, Karina.
We're just browsing. Can I do a read person?
Yeah.
I'll also just tap Dominic's foot and gesture towards the back door that has all these
Dominic
locks on it.
2 twos.
Tries to see what he's looking at in a very subtle way without hinting that he knows what's up there.
Oh.
Okay. I think with
Two
horror,
twos.
2 twos is horror. I am gonna say it's literally Maisie is one of the options of the 2 twos. I'm gonna say that Filian is able to kind of Dominic, you can do that pretty quickly, especially because this guy's looking at Corinna. Corinna, he is obviously asking. He definitely knows when you said redhead doll. There's like a gotcha, secret handshake thing going on.
Asha's not gonna say anything, but she is gonna lean on Kurna as if she were like a wall. You know what I mean? As if she's part of the conversation.
He sees that you've now integrated yourself with this, dear God. But as you're sort of saying this, Corinna, the way he's mentioning and he's asking if your group is here for this, he is clearly trying to when he's asking this is what you're here for. That's kind of a he's wanting confirmation that you're here for. He's trying to make sure that you're not just someone who is I want a red-haired doll. Because of the way you said it, he assumes, but he just wants one more click of I'm here for a red-haired doll. You know, maybe in a dress like the color of my skin, etc. That kind you're, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then she'll add on to the, we're just browsing and we're hoping that you might have one or know of one.
Of course. He looks at Asha and kind of. The look he gives Asha is one now of oh, I see, this is all part of the game. So he kind of gives Asha a much more kind of pleasant look. He walks over to the tiefling and the tiefling child and will say, yes, as it happens, I actually I see these 2 dolls your daughter wants, and I wouldn't want to split them up myself. So I'll tell you what. 2 for the price of 1. The guy's well, but I don't want my daughter to think Daughter's yes, 2 for, see? I got 2. He's no, she should learn boundaries. He's please, just. And in fact, it's on sale, so and the guy's well, okay, fine. And he sort of hands him some money quickly, and they leave. And the guy kind of, as he kind of ushers them out, kind of trying to not look at any of you too directly, the dad and the daughter go out. The guy looks across the street, and Dominic, Filian, and Asha all see him. Actually, Nova, you probably just notice his vibe because I know you have a very high detect vibe. He has a look on his face, and you can tell that he's looking across the street at where that lady is sitting at a table watching him. So he's clearly oh God, this he knows somebody's out there all day, every day, glaring at the store. Some disgruntled former employee. He closes the door, turns around the sign, puts on a lock, not like a danger, just a little turn lock, whatever, so no one wanders in, and turns around and says, yes, my friends, so you're here, you're discerning collectors, is that my understanding?
You could say that.
Wonderful. Perfect. Then, yes, I do have a special collection back this way, if you'd like to have a gander. He sort of pauses and looks at Nova and the lamb and says, Is this doll, is this connected to something you are looking for?
No, this is just my friend that I brought along.
Interesting. Well, let's this way, please. And he goes back, Filian, to that very door you were looking at. He begins to unlock the stuff, waves his hand, a couple of magical sigils light up, and those slide up apart, and he sort of opens the door and says, go on down, and if you're familiar with the history of this place, you are going down to the chamber where the guests used to come to play their little game.
Okay.
Are you coming with us?
He's just holding the door open for you. What? Oh, yes, of course.
All right.
I don't quite have the staff to handle things down there with the. I've closed the shop
All right.
temporarily. But
Dominic goes in first.
Cool.
All right.
it's a sort of staircase
Thank you,
winding
my
down.
good man.
Do you all go? Fillion.
By the way, what's your name again? What's the name again?
My name?
Yeah. Do you have to roll on a table of names? You didn't.
No, I know my name. I am Echerov.
Echelov?
Echerov.
Echelov.
Echerov
Huh.
is my name.
All right, Echelov. All right. Let us come down there and see what is down, not up.
So
You're all
if you-
following?
Is everyone following?
Oh yeah.
If you
I
guys
mean,
go,
is he like watching, like waiting for us all to like go
he's
through?
like holding the door open for all of you. To
Okay,
go.
then yeah.
Whoever goes last, he does pull the door closed behind him, and you do hear some.
Asha will go last.
Understood. So Asha, you go last. He kind of almost sighs that you're going last, but as you do so, Asha, then with your sharp Ewok ears, you do hear that as he pulls the door closed, it locks have just locked.
Like all the locks he did locked, or just like
Like you heard some bolts sliding, as if maybe the magical ones do that automatically. So yeah, if you guys walk down, you notice that you're in this. It's almost looks like a black box theater, but it's in the round. And there are various chairs positioned about. They're kind of like these recliner chairs, and they have these sort of headsets. These things that you'd like put onto your head, these like headband type things on little stands next to them, and those sort of have these wires. They're all going to a center thing, but what is in that central hub is what used to be the world of Provinia with all the different minis and shifting size and moving around in their pocket stuff. But instead, it is now a sort of small display of mazy-looking dolls. But not only
you
mazy
say
dolls.
mazy looking.
Mhm.
Also, how
Is it a
many is a
bunch of
small?
Maisies, or is it a bunch of like knockoff Maisies, like clearly not her but made to look like her?
They are more. I don't even want to say knockoffs. They are Maisie style dolls. They're creepy
Okay.
dolls. You don't see a perfect Maisie. You don't see a red hair, purple dress, but you see various variations. The other thing that's interesting is you guys see things that are not exactly the same as, but fairly evocative of some of the Dreadlords. You see like one doll that is a skeleton.
Is there a mountain?
You don't see a mountain. These all do seem to be more traditional dolls. But like one is a skeleton, almost evoking Visibadiroth. One is one does seem to be made of stone. One is kind of like a stone skinned thing, but it doesn't look like your buddy the Stone Man with his sunglasses and everything. But as he sort of brings in and says, "So as I'm sure you know, if you're all here looking for what are your names? I'm sorry."
Corinna.
I'm Dominic.
Dominic, Corinna.
There are some who call me Fillion. That's everyone. Everyone calls me Fillion.
I can't imagine that he knows where Fillion's voice is coming from, though.
Oh dear. I didn't realize you had wow. You are very devoted.
I'll pick
A
up
wizard?
Fillion.
Thank you.
I'm gonna
Interesting. All right. Dominic, Corinna, Fillion. Asha, of course, and you are. He sort of turns to Nova.
Nova.
Nova, yes. As I said, I am Echerov Anetli. And I am... Well, I think we have some similar interests. I assume you've all been having those vivid dreams. Is that correct?
Yes. Can I roll it
Yes,
to
of
see if
course.
he doesn't
You can
believe
do
me?
a deception, yes, on that. On behalf
Asha's
of
just
the
gonna wink at him.
dream. She's like, I got dreams for you, buddy.
2 6s.
2 6s.
Mm-hmm.
He has no reason to doubt. press X to doubt.
2 5s.
Yeah. With 5s and 6s, oh, noir and mystery. Yeah, you guys are lying like rugs here. So he will kind of nod and say, "Wonderful. Well, as you may know, it is if you've heard enough to get here, we can use the old apparatuses of this place for you to commune. If you'd like." He sort of gestures to the chairs. And I believe
I've got a few things I'd like to say, actually.
Yes, of course. And in fact, I believe he says, I actually think because there is a system for them to do, they once hold on. And he sort of goes to like some like backside room and comes out with it's still kind of not the right size for you, so he's kind of like fiddling with it, but he sort of explains they actually had a way they used to try it apparently to see if they could put a mini into the mini world. It was a thing here. So yes, I think actually here we can get one for you if you. He kind of takes out one of the headsets and plugs that in instead, so he thinks he can even have Filian go in. Do you guys want to sit down in the chairs?
Dominic's looking at the headset. Is it more like arcane or is it technological?
It's I'd say 75% arcane, 25% tech.
And I bet these things would sell in like a store named after a fruit for $3,500 and be totally useless.
Oh no there.
Asha actually.
But they would professionally repair your vision.
Yeah, exactly. That's the trick.
Asha actually doesn't want to sit in the chair because she is actually a little concerned that after her injury, something.
Sure.
And actually, yes, and Corinna will. Can I like pick up on that? She's okay.
Sure.
Oh, yes. Actually, you shouldn't be doing this considering your accident. And can you hold my stuff? And she'll hand her discreetly the notebook.
Yes.
Now Asha has the power.
And she'll like throw in like her money and stuff just to not look suspicious. Asha's just like, give me.
Asha holds stuff.
All right. Well, let's go and see what this dream means.
Wonderful. Are you all gonna sit down in the chairs?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Filian, will you let him put this weird thing on you?
I'm scared.
Yes, but right before, I will like cast a message towards Asha.
Okay.
I would say, so that only she can hear.
Hey, while we're down, could you steal me a dragon?
Asha, try.
And then I'll put on or I'll let him put it on, I guess.
All right.
Here you go.
Suit me up.
As a visual gag, you see Dominic with the headset and his hat on the headset.
Yeah, hat put on top.
He always has to be dressed.
So basically, he sort of gets those guys and says, I'll begin the process in a moment. So Asha, you're sure you don't want to? I'm sure it's perfectly harmless, even if you had an injury, but
Asha's doctor probably would not recommend.
understood. Well,
Asha already supposed to be on bed rest.
oh. Well, you can. He sort of like wheels like the apparatus part. You're welcome to sit down in a chair if you'd like, just to relax.
Will you share the chair?
I suppose I could. Sure. Why not? Sure. He kind of goes and he'll sit in the chair. And Asha, are you gonna sit in the chair with this guy?
Yep.
Okay.
But she doesn't want the thing on her head. She just.
Yeah. No. He's
wants
moved
to
that
sit.
away. He says, "Yeah, just give me one moment. Let me prepare everything." He's kind of awkwardly trying to sit in a chair with an Ewok. I really remembering Leia just like putting Wicket up and down off that log and the.
Oh, yeah.
Come here, buddy. Share the chair. So Asha, if you're sort of sitting in the thing, he kind of goes over to the control panel and starts hitting stuff and says, "So yes, you'll all be getting what you're after very soon." And he hits a button. Now, Asha, what you see is Filian, no change. But Corinna, Dominic, and Nova all kind of like do kind of a like, you know, like imagine the movie where people are like going into some other, you know, like kind of tuning out the world and their consciousness is going into some other kind of thing. So they all sort of go into a thing. Philly and you do too. There's just no visual for it because you're fucking minifigure. So sort of he does that, and you sort of see them all woo. And there are some kind of like lights that begin to shine, and all the dolls up on that display kind of have a vibe. I can't believe that's kind of going down this way 2 weeks in a row. But the guy that hits another button on the thing, and Asha, suddenly a force field comes up around your chair, and the guy turns around and says,
"Oh no!"
He says, "I'm sorry, but I can't allow you followers of this horrible doll to keep doing what you're doing. Your friends are fine, but they are going to be in a magical sleep until this whole business is put behind us. I wish that you'd gone in with them, but you're gonna be stuck there, Asha."
So, clarification question.
Are you asking him or me?
Yeah, no, asking him.
Yeah.
Sorry. So you don't like the dolls?
No.
Why are you selling dolls?
I'm luring in weirdos like you who are obsessed with it.
I mean, you sold the dolls to the little girl.
Well, those are just dolls. Those are just dolls we bought.
So you just, why are you selling? Sorry, Asha have head injury.
I can tell.
Why are you selling dolls if you don't like the dolls? Why you have these dolls if you don't want them?
So you've fallen for it. See, these dolls aren't really connected to this Maisie person or whatever. These are just here to lure in people like you who have these dreams, become obsessed with this figure.
Well, I mean...
Well, not in this world.
Good news, Asha don't have those dreams.
Your friends clearly do.
No, they liars. So, funny thing, we're actually here to also stop the doll. We thought you connected to doll, so we come here to get information on doll. We're on same side, guy.
All right, Asha. We on same side, guy. Asha, go ahead and give me... I have a feeling you're about to use a lot of power, but maybe not as much as last time since you're alone. Go ahead and give me a charm persuade, unless... Actually, I would let you do an explain rather than charm persuade if you'd rather.
Okay. Yes, okay. Fair enough. So yes, I am going to throw some power on here.
Starts from a slightly higher thing. We on the same side, guy.
I'm adding 3 dice, so that's going to bring me down to 7.
Okay.
Second day in a row, she goes down to 0 power. Let's hope not.
Hey, excellent. I have 3 7s and 2 1s.
All right. With 3 7s and 2 1s, and 3 7s is comedy, which in this case I think will actually matter. So Asha, basically, if you start, probably what happens is explain means you're giving them, like, you're not just kind of convincing, you're sort of giving actual evidence. So you start giving evidence of kind of like how you guys are on this, and would you mention Henry? Would you like bring him up? Would you mention that you're on missions or something, or?
Maybe not his name specifically, because I feel like the last time his name came up, I got fucking destroyed. So I will say that, like, oh no, we travel across, multiverse stuff, trying to stop this doll and her stupid minds.
All right, so basically, as you say all of this guy is like really wavering, and he kind of says, "Okay, well, this actually kind of does explain some of the."
Yeah.
So was you hitting on me a weird part of your plan?
Separate but fun part.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's a bonus of job.
Asha job mean Asha stopped all and hit on men. He'll sort of... All right.
What? Can bad guy do this and Asha will twerk?
In the force field.
Within the force field. He's probably like, a bad guy probably could, but I don't think a bad guy would.
I think you're mistaking a bad guy with a baddie.
He then, at that, he will deactivate the force field, and he also turns a dial, at which point Corinna, Dominic, Filian, and Nova, what you guys were experiencing was just kind of like it felt like it kind of felt like you were in like a video game waiting room that was like not quite right. You were just kind of in like a void. It didn't feel like unpleasant. It just felt like a holding pattern.
But
Like
did we
the-
manifest anything in our mind's eye or something like that?
No, you were just kind of like you were just like
Ah,
Like like the white space in the Matrix kind of thing.
yeah, probably like it's probably not like bright white, but yeah, that kind of that's the energy. You're just kind of in a blank space. Yeah.
we were sort of disembodied
Oh,
when we were in there,
I-
right?
Hi guys. Good
Oh, that-
news, bad news time. Good news, which one? Good news,
Bad news.
Bad news.
Yes.
Bad news. We bark up wrong tree. He trying to trap people looking for Maisie.
Okay. Is that all
Oh,
good news?
but there
No. Good news is Asha saved you guys.
Oh,
So you're also hunting for this Maisie. You're trying to stop her influence from
I'm
spreading.
trying to destroy her.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
see?
Well. See, I am sorry I brought you down. You indicated what you were here for, and I assumed that you were like some of the other people that we
There-
know.
There was a suspicion that this shop might be connected to her.
Oh. Well, I mean, I wanted that suspicion. That's sort of the point. It's a famous place, so we're sort of selling these dolls and attracting people, and we've had plenty come in, and we got them. And then he gestures to another door deeper in the room with like a real like turn handle like vault vibe.
Huh.
Asha will hand back Corinna all her stuff minus the book and the cash.
Corinna will hold out her hand.
High five. Okay, I'll go check out this door. Okay, bye.
Asha.
Oh no, don't! You can't go into
No,
that
no
door.
check out door.
No,
but-
that's a. You don't want to go in.
But
there.
now Corinna just looking at Asha, and Asha have nowhere to go.
What? What's behind the door?
Well, that's where we're keeping the people who've come who were actually looking for Maisie.
Wait, so that's just filled
Wait,
with.
there's people.
Well, there have been some people who I thought
Wait a
were
minute.
doing.
Wait,
come
what?
here.
What kind of people?
Alive or dead?
Oh, they're alive. We're not. We're. They're just in a sort of.
That's a
magical-
mistake.
No, they're in a magical stasis.
Are you kidding me?
Once Maisie has
Defeat them?
been once Maisie has been defeated, we can awaken them from their magical stasis, and they'll be grateful.
So are they possessed?
Not my experience.
What? No, they're people who are obsessed with Maisie, who are trying to, help the doll spread her power. So we're just
Where are they from? Are they from this world or another?
mostly this world, but some have come from other planes. No one.
Like where?
Is there like a peephole or anything to look in?
No, it's like a pretty heavy door, like a sealed, submarine door style thing. Well, I haven't exactly asked them where they're all from. I usually sort of trick them into coming down here and then put them in stasis, then store them back there.
Okay, well,
If they in stasis, why can't Asha open door?
Well,
That's a good
I
point.
don't want you to actually. I mean, okay, but I don't want you to.
We're not going to touch them or wake them up or anything. We just
Good.
need.
Okay, fine. He'll sort of
We're
go.
probably not going to touch them
That's
or
of
wake
We
course.
them.
are not going to touch them.
No, I have no interest in waking them.
Perfect.
Killing them maybe, but waking them.
Please, no, I don't want you to kill them. I feel terrible.
Ah, come
for
on.
these people.
Well, then don't wake them up.
Asha just wants to see if we recognize anyone.
He goes and turns the handle and opens it, and sure enough, there's sort of a large storage room that has a lot of cots put into it. Now there's maybe 100 cots in here.
Uh oh.
It's too much kismet. 13 beds are currently filled.
How long you been at this?
Just a few weeks so far. But see
Can I
how
look
many
at-
people have come through. Corinna, yes, if you'd like to look at everyone, go ahead and give me an analyze.
Any mimes?
Mimes? No. God, thank goodness, no.
Nothing.
Beware of the mime.
There's a mime.
Oh yes.
I have a mime doll upstairs. Should I move it down here so people think it's part of it? Is there a mime who's part of Maisie's stuff?
Not that
It's
we
a-
know of.
It's her
No, it's-
soldier.
They're mime.
The mime.
Oh wait, what? Oh, did I miss this?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
I think
also
you're right.
it's also a thing from the Lego game before.
It's also
Yeah.
from my, but we did encounter it.
Oh.
Here, but
Yes, the mime is very, very dangerous.
Okay, good. This is a great note. So I'm gonna move the mime from upstairs to down here. Maybe I should leave it up there in case. Come to think of it, people do seem to see something up there and then getting more emboldened to ask me. Do you think I should have some of the dolls up there? Some of these sort of Maisie-like dolls up there, kind of attracting more attention?
No, well,
I mean,
but then what if someone wants to buy them and you no longer have them? Do you make them?
No, we just buy them. These are all just mass-produced from other planes. We
So,
just grab them, right?
how do you keep the authorities off your back? Because like a lot of people walk into the store and don't walk out.
Hasn't actually been a problem yet.
Also, is it just you?
What? Are you new at this? What?
Come on,
You seem
guys!
very new at this.
The evidence is right here that you committed like 13 crimes.
Well, if they were going to commit worse crimes, then
Precisely.
perhaps.
That's why you killed them, so they can't.
Well, that makes it an even
And then
worse
you dispose
crime.
of the bodies.
Well, they're just being held. Do I see? Like, I didn't make any matches, but can I see what they look like at least?
They are some humans, some elves. There's probably a goblin, or maybe one goblin. Many dressed in clothing of this world. One or two seem to have clothing that is either more medieval or more like Victorian, or just different. You would suspect maybe 3 or 4 came from a radically different plane, or just have weird clothing styles.
Okay.
With a sort of cursory glance, you don't recognize any faces.
Okay.
Alright. So you'll probably find the off-worlders because no one's looking for them on this plane.
Yes, but
But the ones from this plane, you got a problem on your hands.
I hate to phrase it like this, but a lot of the people who are obsessed with this doll, it's why I feel so bad for them. They don't have many friends or people. They're drawn to the doll because they're looking for something in their lives. So there aren't people looking for them, you know. My only trouble is there's this girl who used to work at the shop under the previous ownership. She's watching, and I'm worried she's taking notes. But now that I'm not having to store you all, you'll just walk out, so that'll be fine.
Oh,
Talk to her at all?
well,
Why you not just let her help?
or
What
like,
if she's
what's
a
your
Maisie?
goal?
What if she,
Like,
I'm just trying to
why-
help keep
like-
Maisie. Look, I sort of.
Yeah, but then like, where you're gonna run out of space? So
I was-
like, it's like unethical.
I was put on this task by someone who is very worried about Maisie. I come from a different plane myself, but I sort of.
Who your boss?
Who?
My boss. Well, my boss is a.
We're all off-planers here,
Yes, none of
just
us-
trying to hide ourselves
Yeah,
amongst
exactly.
each other.
Um,
That's why you didn't recognize us as off-planers? Because you're one yourself?
Well,
my,
who do you work for?
The one who I'm working for, who I'm doing this on behalf of. They cannot be seen here. They can't be sensed here in the body that they have. They can't be known here. They're too known.
Not Sherlock Holmes, is it?
What? No. What?
He talks.
It is actually the name that I gave you is their name. You see, I'm doing this
It's
on
just
their
get-
behalf.
Giraffe?
I am Echirov
Echirov.
Anetle. Yes, that is them. And I'm sort of because I was able to have their holdings. I've sort of taken their identity.
Where
So
are
I'm
they
with that
from?
stuff. They're from. Well, they are from not here. They're from. Well, it's complicated where they are from. They are from here, but their body is from Marenawake.
How do you
They-
spell that?
Marenawake, Marenawake.
Are you writing that without a journal?
That's the binary plane.
Right.
Lauren is writing it.
I'm gonna go ahead and put.
Just a quick question about this this person who's employed you. It's not Dracula, right? It's not a vampire.
No, they are not a vampire. That is the name. That is this guy's name. Echirov.
That is
Anetle.
not how I was spelling
Yeah.
it. Oh,
I'm
come on.
throwing that out there for Ka mainly, and KJ perhaps.
I'm literally trying to unscramble the letters.
Go try simpler than unscramble.
Is
Veros.
it backwards?
L. Thena!
Wait.
Elthena.
Oh.
But what is Echirov?
Voraka? Vorse?
Vorse?
Oh! Wasn't that her? She had a dragon, wasn't there?
That was the
No,
wolf, my
Boris.
friend.
That guy. Oh,
Oh,
You guys probably don't remember this, and I guess I will reveal that
I
Pravinia
remember
was
the
a
wolf. I don't remember that name.
No, that was
Pravinia
the.
was a 125 chapter campaign I ran off stream that Ka and KJ were in. At the end of it, Aragorn's body was Dominar lost the race with Vorus to take over Aragorn's body in the real world. And so he just went back in, but then Elthina went in, and they were just like Vorus and Elthina are in that body. We don't know what happened. But this person keeps saying they were from here. It is pointing literally to this room, but their body is from Morenowig. So in other words, this person seems to be an agent of Vorus and Elthina are in the same body. This only matters to 2 people, and they could barely remember it because it was years ago. But I've just been excited about this for a while.
No,
so
I do remember that.
You wrote them all backwards, so I wouldn't have got that even with several.
Yeah.
And it's not spelt the same way I would have thought of it. So there's several layers of.
Etch it
I
off.
wouldn't have got this unless you explained it.
Yeah. So the point.
Wow. Wow, that's a lot.
I was wondering why you didn't immediately give us the name. You normally, when you mention someone, you normally type stuff, and I was wondering what was up with that.
I really considered it. I was like, I'm gonna wait a second until let's get
All
deeper
right.
into
Okay.
it.
So, but none of these mean anything to Dominic, who's
Or
not Dominar. And he goes,
Definitely not Asha.
No.
All right.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything to you, but the point
But
is this.
not
person is-
Maisie, not Dracula, not Sherlock Holmes thing.
So we
Yeah.
have some other possibly malevolent.
They seem
Uh,
like on our side.
No. Ravanetler is just wants new things to happen. And
Okay, just a third party. Oh, that. Now I remember Vorus. Oh God, the chaos.
so the point is, but they're very worried about the wolf. Or sorry, they're very worried about the doll.
Okay. Well,
So let me get this story straight. Several weeks ago, you came in here, bought this store out,
Yes.
decided to sell the same dolls in order to catch people who are interested in Maisie,
Yes.
repurposed
Precisely.
this apparatus, which was already here.
And they told me how to do it. I didn't know how this worked.
Oh.
They gave me good instructions.
all right.
They're
all right.
from it, you know.
And on top of that, you have 13 of the kidnapped people here, some of them from this world, some of them off-world,
Exactly.
and you have this door out there with like 15 locks on it, as if it wouldn't be immediately suspect if someone came in here and asked
That's the
about
beauty.
13 disappearances.
Everybody knows about this place. If any authorities come down, I'll just say, "Hey, you want to go into the machine for old time's sake?" And then I'll just put them in the room.
Another crime.
You think this isn't? You don't. Think this is what I
I'd put a hand on his shoulder. You are very new at crime doing, aren't
I
you?
should feel like that not the best solution.
I didn't think of this as crime.
Wait, how did you get here?
What were you before you were a
Why don't you
kidnapper?
just send them to the other plane?
Oh, I guess I
Just
could.
dump the bodies in the other plane.
Well, then we'll have to bring them back.
Okay, I have a question.
Sound like future problem.
Is there reason to believe that the former employee that's sitting outside is an affiliate of Maisie?
I don't know. She's been watching this place a lot. I'm worried she is. Although I guess if you guys are enemies of Maisie, maybe she's an enemy of Maisie.
I mean,
All I know is my sort of employer. I know her name. It's Michaela McGarry, and I'm supposed to. They said just keep her at arm's length. So that's what I've been doing.
I mean,
I think firing her is more than arm's length. You can't watch her if she's gone.
That's true.
Right. Well, I mean that's. I think they wanted her gone. Yes, they didn't want her meddling.
And she said that she's waiting for her boyfriend.
Oh God, if she just left with her boyfriend, that would be great. I don't want that guy peeking around here, because I mean,
What guy?
her boyfriend, Jack. He's way too old for her.
Okay. All right. So Dominic. Okay.
I'd love for her
all
to
right, team.
leave with him, go somewhere.
All right,
with
team.
him.
Huddle for a second here. Huddle for a second here. In
Yes.
the middle of this 13 kidnapped people, and goes, okay, he's not working for Maisie,
right.
but I get the feeling he'll be shut down within
Hey, yeah.
a week or two once the authorities come in
Well,
and
maybe
authorities start disappearing.
on the bright side, maybe enough he's doing such a poor job that it'll attract actually the mime or Maisie here.
Perhaps.
Huh.
I think we have to keep. We tell Henry to keep watch.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
So Dominic goes up to, all right, Ektarov, who's not Ektarov.
Yeah.
It's probably in our best interest to leave you be, but I'll give you some pointers to how to properly do crimes and kidnapping.
Well, it's not kidnapping. I'm helping them.
They're here against their will, bound against their will. That's kidnapping in any jurisdiction.
Or rehabilitation.
That's also kidnapping in certain circles.
Against will is not.
True.
Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of true. I guess.
Okay. Well, we will be keeping an eye out.
They send you here by yourself? You have no backup? It's just you?
Yes.
Okay, so before you die, which might be imminent here, given this operation,
No.
how is the buffet at the casino nearby?
Oh, they don't have a buffet. It's just a card room.
We will not be going.
No, well, not after finding out there's no buffet. I mean, what's the point?
Do they have a bar? Are there drinks there?
I mean,
We-
they
there's
do
a-
have drinks. You can eat. That's interesting.
There was a
I mean,
bar. There was
some
literally
things.
everything you could ever want at home.
Not a casino.
Are you really doing that? We have
Not a
McDonald's
casino.
at home.
Build the casino.
Somewhere DJ3's like, build a casino.
Of course. Every time the casino's brought up.
So this guy, so basically, Dominic is offering some pointers.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I'll say, I'll write it down, and for God's sake, put it to memory and destroy this document, because this will obviously be evidence of another crime.
I'm good at that. I don't have any record of their guidance from Etcherov and Etle. So yes.
Okay.
Also,
That's your word.
you seem to know a bit of magic.
Yes. Mhm.
All right. Well, simple incantation, and I'll just sort of show the glyphs. I'm not going to try to actually cast the spell right now, but flaming sphere is very good for getting rid of bodies.
I'm very familiar with.
Now you know. Now you know.
I already know flaming sphere, but I don't want to hurt the. Oh dear. Well, this really, I was very
wanna
worried when
request
so many of you were
backup.
coming down at once, but this really didn't go how I thought it was going to.
Hey, same.
Okay.
You want to give him your number too? He might be
Yeah,
able
okay. But don't tie up the line, because the real hottie Sasquatch is supposed to call soon.
What line is what? All right, so basically he'll, you give him these notes. He's kind of looking these over. He seems very sort of nervous. He will take you upstairs, unlock the door so you guys can go out. He goes and reopens the door and kind of says, "Well, I'm glad we're all on the same side."
Can Asha take Teddy Bear to look like you sold us something?
Sure, go ahead and take whichever one you find the most handsome.
Okay. It's a toy, you know that, right?
Did he just commit a microaggression on her?
She literally said
literally.
some of them were handsome earlier.
Asha can say that. You can't say that.
Yeah, he just says, just take whatever you want, it's fine.
Asha will take the biggest one.
That bear is probably like 2/3 your size, so it's cool. Yeah, it's a good vibe. Yeah, you look like you just won a prize at a carnival.
Rad.
So basically, with you guys sort of going there, he opens the door and you walk out. Michaela McGarry, as you now know is her name, is still sitting across the way. But when you guys come out, you notice she kind of like seems somewhat relieved, or like, okay, well they're out, and kind of like, nods to you guys or whatever. What would you like to do? Do you want to find somewhere quiet and disappear? You want to go talk to her? What's your plan?
I'm thinking this through. If she is keeping a watch on this guy is a rank amateur. He's going to commit an obvious crime. He's going to imprison authorities, and Michaela's going to report that to the authorities again.
Yeah.
So, how can I?
I do have something to say to her, but I don't want to I don't know. Are we approaching her?
I want to voice my concerns to the group that says we should probably make sure that she gets a hobby other than this, so she doesn't mess up the operation here. So, do you have an idea, Filian?
Well, it's sort of pertinent. I was just gonna give her more directions.
I was just going to give her more directives for Brickworld when she goes there for work.
Oh.
Miss, when
Yeah,
you do
hi.
eventually abandon this post, when your boyfriend gets here,
Yeah.
if you are to go to Brickworld, be sure to look up Dr. Holden Thane, noted sex doctor and space mage. He's very helpful,
What?
very
Did you say
wise.
sex doctor and space
Noted
mage?
sex doctor and space mage. He can help you with all kinds of things. He's a good man.
Right then.
Oh, also, nothing's going on in there. It's just a doll shop.
Right. All right. Well, that. I mean, I'm
The
glad.
only creepy thing there is doll aficionados.
Make a deceive roll, I guess, Filian.
To be fair, his mannerisms are way different from a living person's
True.
mannerisms.
Yeah,
so
that's true. But also, he's saying the words he's saying.
True.
I mean, it's not untrue that the creepiest thing in there are the doll aficionados.
Just not the way you're thinking.
Yeah.
Because they're in
hang on, I forget.
magical comas hidden in a vault room with room for 87 more.
I'm gonna spend 3 power to add 3 more die to this.
Okay.
That is a pair of mystery.
Pair of mystery. I will say, you sort of give this and she kind of wavers for a moment and says, right, but I just, well, I guess probably you're right. I'm maybe Brickworld. Well, you know what? I was telling Jack I sort of need a new project if I'm not going to be gallivanting around the multiverse with him, so maybe I should. Yeah, all right. Maybe I'll contact him and see if he'll let me. He'll take me to Brickworld or whatever, so I can try to get a job there.
Yeah, also, Jim Normal Guy always had about 15 different jobs. He might also know how to do some work.
Jim Normal Guy?
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay, fine.
Those would be 2 really good contacts. You can tell him Philium sent you.
All right. Why not give it a shot?
I'm an excellent reference in
It's kind of
Brickworld.
just bumming me out staring at that old place anyway. I that job, it was an odd job, but I did like it.
Why you don't just make your own shop?
Well, because I don't want to. I don't know. It's complicated. I don't want to.
What?
Well, I don't want to spend too much money on. I don't know, because I don't really know what I want to do with my life.
Well, definitely don't just sit here watching a
Yeah,
weirdo with dolls.
Yeah,
I would advise, like,
no, you're right.
anything
You're
else.
right. All right, you're fine. You're right. I've been.
Like, go figure out the perfect sandwich or something.
Yeah, well, whatever. I'm. No, you're right. I need to sort of. I just, I was involved with a very interesting organization, and now I'm out of it. And even though I got the man of me dreams, my mother's not happy about it because she says, well, his age is very weird.
Is Jack the
Jack's
mage we met?
Jack's the mage who's like incredibly old but keeps becoming young again. So it's like, is this weird or not? At some point, you're so old that to date any human is weird. Once you cross 1,000, then it's like, I don't know what's going on anymore.
Like elf
1,000.
human or
The
dragon
number is
human?
1,000.
Jack is over 1,000 years old. Yes.
But I mean, like that's the line. 1,000.
I feel like yes.
1,000, yep.
I'm gonna say once you're 1,000, then it's kind of like, what's the difference between dating a 20-year-old and an 80-year-old?
So 999.
Creepy.
That's the
Disgusting.
the math on this equation
The
for
math
the
is
creepiness
mathing.
scale, it just goes real weird.
There
at
are
that scale.
actually different scales
Okay.
that I will talk about off screen.
Is this from
It's
romantasy books?
Yeah, because
Oh, then I'm definitely not putting any.
This happens all the time,
Confidence
but
in
you
that.
know the basic reference is Twilight. You know, he's
Yeah.
a 108-year-old vampire. And
Look, just do what makes you
17.
happy, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm,
Billion's the
yeah,
last person
thinks.
who should say anything about do what makes you happy about following love.
I mean, I'm 22 years old. I can do whatever I
Absolute
want.
you can.
Yeah.
We
I'll
were
say-
always in love.
Okay, we
right.
shall we?
She
Go
says, all right, well, you know what? I appreciate your input, and I don't know. I hope you enjoy your bear you bought. She says to Asha.
Yeah, I'll do something with that. I don't know.
Good luck, kid.
So
Anyway, we'll just go behind some place and just rip the page. Asha want to do that once we're about to do something.
Asha rip page when Asha getting ready. Asha gonna
Alright.
double check our surroundings. Asha gonna do the right things.
She's gonna find a bar.
We will not be going to a bar.
Asha, you are able to find a place where none of you are seen.
Okay. Then Asha will rip page.
You rip the page. We're gonna quickly kind of you get back. You dream walk back, and Henry is awaiting a report. He is sitting with Frederica, sort of talking about when they're coming. He'll sort of, you see him like Pierce. It really looks like you're holding a ball of energy right now.
Yeah.
It does. The true Filian experience. That's what he looks like. in his movie.
Basically, sort of quickly, Henry will sort of move away from Frederica and sort of say, you even hear him saying to her as you approach, like, I'm actually not sure, whatever they might tell me might be disturbing, so you're welcome to listen in on our report, but otherwise, and she says, no, I think I'll go lie down a bit, thank you, and she'll kind of head off, and Wednesday's suddenly there and says, would you like some buns, miss? I can bake buns. It's like, no, that's all right, Wednesday, you also don't have to, oh, okay, and Wednesday's just always, like, holding her arm, kind of, like, gingerly, like, I just want to make sure you heal right, miss. You're so beautiful. So anyway, Henry's like, Wednesday really is an interesting. Anyway, yes, friends, how did this all? How did this go? Mission accomplished.
Right.
Oh, Asha, you got a bet.
Yes, as far as we know, it's not connected to Maisie. They are actually trying to lure people in who.
Well, no, it definitely connected to Maisie, just not the way you think.
They do have followers of Maisie in comas.
They kidnapped like
in a vault.
13 people who were looking for Maisie and are keeping them.
They
under
trying to, they're
stasis.
trying to get Maisie people.
But
So
then
this
all
is,
dead.
wait. So you're saying
Don't
this is
worry, we did teach them how to do it more properly so
Yeah.
that they don't get caught.
It was very amateur
Wait,
stuff he was doing
wait,
in there. He wouldn't be
wait,
caught by the
wait,
authorities in like
wait,
5 minutes.
wait. Who taught them how to do it more properly amongst this group?
Corinna
Point to
will.
myself, of course, the one with the most experience in this.
Well, it was
Filian-
group effort.
Filian, and it was the advice of Filian and Dominic, you're saying?
I was not. I
Asha helped.
tried my best.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna need a bit more. Okay. So you're saying that if I've gleaned this correctly, and I'm sure you guys have shouted other stuff, he'll honestly. Corinna's trying to explain it, and Corinna seems like defeated. Filian and Dominic and Asha are coming in with an energy that Henry's like, and because Nova pointed at Filian or Dominic, which when he was saying who did this, which one were you pointing at, Dom, or just those two?
Yeah.
He sort of will turn to Nova and say, to Nova, just tell me if I have this right.
While he's doing this, Asha is gonna put her cowl on the bear and hide.
He says, so, go ahead and make a sneak roll. You went to this place which we thought was a haven for those who are interested in Maisie. It turns out it was a trap for them. And some new player in the mix who is from another multiversal realm, he traveled there somehow, okay, is luring Maisie people there and putting them into a coma for their own, to try to keep them safe?
No, not
That's
to keep
debatable.
them safe. Like
Or
he's
to-
keeping them there because he doesn't want anyone to help Maisie.
Well, why is he not killing?
His plan is to, once Maisie is destroyed, awaken them and cure them of their obsession.
Okay,
with
so yes, so that's what. Okay, all right. Well, that's not.
Trust me, we
fucking
tried to
sustainable.
convince him to just get rid of them.
Well, no, he shouldn't
No.
just get rid of them. That's barbaric.
That's what I was trying
Excuse
to say.
No, we don't. No, we don't. These. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. But you have doubts about how sustainable this is what you're saying, Dominic.
Of course it's unsustainable. People go in, they don't walk out. It's the most suspicious thing in the world.
Yes, I do. That is.
Not even disposing of the bodies.
Well,
They're not bodies, they're
they're not
people.
bodies. They're still alive. All right. Well, thank you. Okay. So, the dolls he has there, not connected to Maisie, and Agnes
No,
will.
they were fake dolls. Like, and some of them weren't even cute.
Agnes will sort of say quietly to. She probably should have earlier. I just whatever. I forgot. Agnes will sort of
That's
say.
okay.
They were all sort of lesser dolls. They weren't even hand stitched.
Yeah,
Made
see,
factory.
Agnes, no.
So Agnes says they're not connected to Maisie at all. They're not sort of imbued in her. Sort of...
Yeah, Agnes like saw that right away, and then he was like asking questions about Agnes, but I kept her identity safe.
All right. What is this gentleman's name?
He gave the name of his bosses. Ekarov,
Antelli. Echarov. Antelli.
All right.
And
Annetli.
All right.
but she says it correctly.
Sure, of course.
Of course.
Did you meet anyone else?
Michaela McKenzie. Or the correct
Don't
name.
worry though. I told her to go to Brickworld.
She had a boyfriend named Jack who was far too old for
Oh,
her.
that girl! Oh, I've met her once. I know Jack.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Oh, so this Jack must be an associate of yours?
But
No,
he's traveling.
He's just another mage I'm aware of.
Hmm.
So he's that. Oh, God. I hope.
He's traveling.
All right, so this is all.
And he left her
He,
there.
he actually exists?
Oh
He's
no,
not
Jack is definitely real, and he has had some dalliances with her. I'm concerned. She said boyfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it seems like all of the mages disappoint women.
Also, man of her
I don't think
dreams,
that's the case.
I believe.
Corinna's gonna...
Have you guys told him about meeting Dupina yet? By the way,
No.
I
Not
think we
yet.
kept that to ourselves.
Huh. he gives you a look of like.
That was untoward of me.
No,
And she'll just like look around.
So anyway,
Look, all of my wives were very happy until their deaths.
Fillion, just.
anyway, Dominic goes, so don't worry about it. If he follows my recommendations exactly to the letter, he has at least a few months before the authorities really cotton on. That'll be enough time for us to defeat this entity, the whole thing, and he'll solve it by then.
Oh, yes, we also thought that because he's doing such a poor job, that it might attract attention, and that it might actually draw out the mime or Maisie to him.
All right.
So maybe you should keep an eye on it.
Yes, we need to monitor the situation. It appears, in other words, this may very well bring powerful followers for Maisie. My concern is that this person is. I am sort of impressed that he was able to get you. I say this with no criticism of you. He did manage to get all of you in a position you were able to explain to him you're on his side, which is great. But if less charitable Maisie devotees might be able to, overpower him or something, well then they can simply make this an actual beacon for themselves rather than a sort of false, They could kill him, bring back all their
correct.
followers.
Yes.
That would be really bad.
Let me at least learn how you're supposed to do it.
No, but then it would be this would be point of power for her, which would be bad. So yes, we need to very carefully monitor the situation.
Yes.
All right, wonderful. Well,
Maybe you can, Michaela's already doing that. Maybe just give her a job.
Well, you told her to go to Brickworld.
Yeah, but if Jack's not coming, she can't do that.
No, Jack would. If I will tell you this, if she contacts him and says, "Hey, could you give me a ride to this job?" I could see Jack dropping everything to try to get her occupied with something. Oh God, this is bad.
Oh, it's that sort of relationship.
I really don't know them that well. I met her once. She seems a lovely girl. A little young for him, although who isn't? He's fucking ancient. He's a dragon, by the way. You didn't know. Jack is a very, very, very old dragon.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, very old.
well, to each their own.
Okay. Well.
Does she know that?
Oh, yes.
Alright.
I think most of the girls...
Who am I to judge?
Jack enjoy him in many forms. All right, so the point is, and he's, I guess we would call a good dragon. Anyway, we don't need to get into that as opposed to a bad one. The point is, my friends, there's a bar right over there we call that. So, excellent work. I will consider this for future missions, but to be honest with you, I do have other agents. I may send some of them to keep an eye on this place as well. In a more sort of, you are sort of my investigate, shake things up, look around. You are the Marines, you take the hill. I also have some agents who are the army who keep the hill, if you understand that metaphor.
I do not.
Don't worry about it. So the point is,
I don't like being compared to the military.
Understood.
Or
You are the...
Marines. Like treasure hunters, or I don't know, something funner.
Notable. Oh, Nova, I've got it. You are poltergeists. You are ghosts who appear somewhere and shake stuff up. I have other ghosts who are ones who will sort of haunt an area for a more extended time.
I like that analogy much better.
I thought we might. Well,
So instead of Call of Duty, we're ghosts.
well, in that note, yes, unless anyone has anything else to say, then I think we'll end things for the night. Jack's not saying that, or Jack's not, Henry's not. Guys, brains out of it. With that, we will end tonight's session. Nice work, everybody. I was really worried when it was Asha alone with a bad guy once again, but things worked out much better this time. He also wasn't a bad guy, but yeah.
He was a bad guy.
He was a dummy.
He could have been a bad guy.
Great. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this this wild stuff. I liked. This was a very fun mission, and Michaela McGarry was a character in that, as were the two names of a thing. Well, specifics aren't important, but the point is, this was some fun little callbacks for me, Ka, and KJ. Join us next for our next game is on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific. That is a Top Flight Tales. On Friday, we're back with more Blood from a Stone. It's 1:42 on Friday, which means 1 week from Friday is 1:43, as in a multiple of 13. And
I don't like it.
143 is going to be one of the biggest ever, guys. Get ready. Blood from a Stone has been crazy. Or has the potential to be. I actually don't know if a thing will happen, but there's something that might happen that's going to be huge. So check out that on Friday and a week from Friday. On Sunday, we are back with Strange Lore, as far as I know. Mild chance it turns into a Here Be Dragons. I should have... Nope, Strange Lore. Liv said that should be fine. So I think it's a Strange Lore on Sunday, Dragons the week after that. And then 1 week from tonight, we'll be back with this game. I will give you some options for this tomorrow, hopefully. Whether or not we go check out the Poison Shadow, or you want to do whatever arises from this. Even though this is going to be less actionable than other things. We'll see what other missions arise from Henry's desk. And boy, Corinna really called out Henry and mages for mistreating their girlfriends,
I don't know what she's talking about.
It was different with Henry and Ulaloom, for the record.
Sure.
They had a more fundamental philosophical disagreement about what to do about their destroyed realm.
Whatever you say.
And the repercussions of that failed relationship didn't ever affect anyone at all, Philip.
Correct. That is correct. Henry Lovestone, beyond reproach.
I don't believe that.
Dominic already has dim viewpoint about mages in general, so he wasn't questioning that at all.
Yep. Well, so yes.
Not stand this slander.
Thank you so much for being with these games. Go to our Discord to interact with us. Go interact with us. Calm down. Go to our YouTube to watch old episodes. Go to our wiki to read about how all these games intersect in weird ways. Follow all these wonderful players. Thank you to everyone in chat tonight. Would anyone like to say anything, plug anything, mention anything, complain about anything?
You know what?
I want to complain about a lot of things, but I won't.
I'm Manzukis.
He's gonna Manzukas.
I watched all of the Fallout series. Very good.
Yeah.
And it's not a matter of very good for a video game adaptation. No, it's just legitimately a very good show. Solid writing and characters all the way through.
Yeah.
And it carries the ethos of Fallout in such a way that I didn't think people would get, but they got it for sure.
Nice.
So, great.
And I will continue my attempt to always recommend some movie that is in theme with what we have played in that game. I can't remember if I've recommended this one before, but I'm going to do it again because I think it's underseen. Stuart Gordon's movie Dolls from 1984 is wonderfully creepy. Excellent horror movie. The only time I've seen Dolls be truly terrifying in any movie. So I highly recommend that one.
Very good. Do you have any recommendations, Felicia? I feel like you probably do often, more so than many
Wow, I was like, wow. I was like, you said dolls. I'm like, the Valley of the Dolls?
Valley of the Dolls, beyond the Valley of the Dolls.
I know. I'm like, we can
Guys
go
and Dolls.
Drive Away Dolls.
Drive Away Dolls, more contemporary.
That just came.
Welcome to the Dollhouse.
It's on streaming now, so you can watch Drive Away Dolls.
There you go.
Support queer media.
Oh, excellent.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, now Lauren, KJ, either you want to
I'd like to recommend a little known movie called The Lord of the Rings. It's several
Never heard
parts
of it.
though.
Never
Yeah,
heard of
it's
it.
actually really good. Not
Lauren,
many people
that is
know about
genuinely the funniest recommendation anyone has ever made in anything. That's so good. In 2024 to recommend The Lord of the Rings, that's so good.
Actually, unironically, some people have been born that
Oh.
haven't seen Lord of the
That
Rings.
is true.
That's so good. That's so
Yeah,
good.
because
Also,
21-year-olds were born after the last one came out.
It's true.
The extended editions are now on Max. So if anyone wants to really.
I have the DVDs that I saved up for when I was a youngin. With all of the commentary and everything. It's my favorite thing. So I will recommend it. In all seriousness.
No, I do. It's just
Watch it.
It's a really good. It's a really just.
If you haven't in a while.
I feel like I feel like you just recommended pizza,
Yeah.
Guys, this is an amazing dish.
guys.
You're not gonna believe it.
Yeah. KJ, do you want to make a recommendation? You don't have to. Fair enough.
Mood.
Not coconut.
Yeah, no, fuck coconuts. All right, honestly, I'm so sick and tired of everything fucking having fucking coconut. Oh,
Well, I'd like to apologize to our soon-to-be former sponsors, the National Coconut Growers Association.
big coconut can go fuck itself.
Well, all right, there we go. There's.
Wow.
Okay, well, on that note.
We were almost a profitable channel for a second.
Oh man, that coconut. I'm trying to do something with coconut milk money, but it's not.
Throw it
worth
away is what you're trying to fucking useless
Well, on that
useless
note,
coconut milk.
on that note, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, and Felicia, I want to tell you that while you haven't been here, I've been doing your move at the end of every game, but not that one. At the end of this, as I say, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams.
Oh yeah. Sweet dreams. I was like, this is